Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Thunder Dragon deck profile. So this is a deck that I was really excited to build when it first came out, and then Colossus got really expensive, and Thunder Dragon, Dark, Roar, and Hawk, well, Hawk was never expensive, but Thunder Dragon, Roar, and Dark were really expensive, and Thunder Dragon Colossus was like upwards of $60. But it just got a reprint, and you guys, if you haven't seen my Megaton case opening, I pulled 3 of these bad boys out of my case, and so I was really excited to build this, and I got all the stuff, so I just went ahead and built it. So here we go, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. And this one goes out to the guy who keeps commenting, hey, can you build a Thunder Dragon deck profile? So I'm doing it. Here we go for the Thunder Dragons. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Dark. Thunder Dragon Dark is really, really good. Basically, its effect is that you can discard it to add a Thunder Dragon Dark from your deck to your hand. And if this card is banished and sent to the graveyard, you get to add a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. So this is basically the searcher of the entire deck that you're going to be using to get into all of them. Then I play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Roar. Thunder Dragon Roar is my favorite of all of the Thunder Dragons because of the artwork of it. But you can discard this card to add from your deck to your hand 1 Thunder Dragon card that is banished or in the graveyard. So it just recycles the ones that you've already used back to your hand. And it also has the ability that if this card is banished or sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck in defense position, which is just awesome to be able to get extra Thunder Dragons back into your side of the field and just start getting more resources. I play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Hawk as well. Some people I've seen just play 2, but this is a pure build, so I just wanted to play the 3. You can banish this card. You can discard this card to special summon a Thunder Dragon monster that is banished or in your graveyard, which is just super good to have like a walking monster reborn at all times that you can just discard to activate the effect. And if it's banished, you can shuffle any number of cards that are in your hand back in your deck and then draw the same number of cards. So it has a magical mallet effect if it gets banished. But that's really good to be able to do because you just get those extra draws to be able to get into extra plays. Then I play 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Duo. This card's kind of like BLS. I really think that 2 is the best number, not just because it's named Duo, but because it's really good as a 2 of. Because it's so overwhelming to summon this card and your opponent's like, oh, okay, I got to deal with this, 2 Colossuses, and a Titan. Are you kidding me? But basically this effect is that you have to banish a light and dark monster from your graveyard to special summon this, so it's kind of like Blackluster Soldier. And then once per turn, if this card's effect, or if the effect of a Thunder monster is activated in your hand, it automatically goes up by 300 attack until the end phase of turn. And when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish a card that's in your graveyard and add a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck to your hand, which is really, 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 really good. And then during your opponent's end phase, you can target one of your banished cards and place it on the top of the bottom of your deck. So it just recycles so many of your cards and is so good as a 2 of. I just feel like this card is so good as a 2 of. Then we play 3 copies of the OG Thunder Dragon. You got to play 3 copies of the OG Thunder Dragon because you discard it from your hand and it just fulfills the requirement to special summon your Thunder Dragon Colossus by activating a Thunder monster in your hand. I always just search 1 so I can have another effect the next turn. You never want to add the 2 to your hand. Then we play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Matrix. Thunder Dragon Matrix is basically like the egg that has all the Thunder Dragons in it. But once per turn, you can discard it from your hand and then target a Thunder monster and gains 500 attack. That's not the best effect about it. The best effect is that if you discard it to the graveyard, you can add a Thunder, or if it's banished, if this card is banished, you get, or sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to add a Thunder Dragon Matrix from your deck to your hand, which thins the deck even more. Then we play 3 copies of Batteryman Solar. Batteryman Solar is the best normal summon in the deck, in my opinion. When it's normal summoned, you get to add from your deck to your hand or not when it's normal summon, you get to send a Thunder Dragon from your deck to the graveyard. And if you send a Thunder monster, when this card is, or if a Thunder monster is normal or special summoned while this monster is on the field, you can special summon a Batteryman token as well, and then you can target a Batteryman effect monster you control or in your graveyard, and this name becomes it. But you're only playing the Batteryman Solar, so that's not that big of a deal. You're only ever gonna send that Batteryman to the graveyard, or a Thunder monster to the graveyard to trigger all of your Thunder Dragon monsters' effects. So it's really good, like a walking Foolish Bear. It's almost like Scrap Recycler for Orcust. Then I play 3 copies of Aloof Lupine. I'm really thinking about dropping this down from 3 to like 2 because I'm playtesting it right now at 3 because I only really have 6 normal summons in the deck, and I feel like that's an optimal number. The rest of it I'm never going to normal summon. I'm just going to special summon everything out. But when this card is normal summon, you get to banish a card in your hand and then banish one monster from your deck with the same original type as that monster. And if it's destroyed by battle, or if this card is sent to the graveyard while it's in its owner's possession by an opponent's card effect, you can target one of your banished monsters and add it back to your hand. So it's really good. Like, it's a pseudo Thunder Dragon. Like, it's really good in this deck and not good in any other decks. Then for the last 3 cards, I play 3 copies of Dimensional Shifter. I know I kept saying in my Megaton case opening, don't pull Dimensional Shifter, but I'm so glad I pulled a playset of this. If you have no cards in your graveyard, you send it from your hand to the graveyard, and then everything gets banished for the rest of for the next turn. Like, for the rest of this turn and the following turn, everything gets banished. So this card can really shut your opponent down, and they can't hand trap you because it's not going to the graveyard, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But everything's getting banished, and they say specifically, if it says specifically discard to the graveyard, then it can't be activated, which is really, really cool. So that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. Now, don't quote me on that ruling, though. So for the spells, we're playing 1 copy of Monster Reborn because occasionally we don't draw Dimensional Shifter, and you want to bring back your Thunder Dragon Colossus if you link it away. 1 copy of Goldstark, which is one of the best cards in the entire deck, and it came out of the Gold Sarcophagus tin, so why not? I play 3 copies of Allure of Darkness because it's good draw power, and we do play a lot, and I mean a lot, of dark targets in this deck. I mean, you play the Dimensional Shifter. If you draw extra Dimensional Shifters, they're fodder for it later in the game. Aloof Lupine is fodder for it. I mean, you have Thunder Dragon Duo, which I'm never going to use that on, and Thunder Dragon Dark and Thunder Dragon Roar. So, I mean, right there is like 14 targets for Allure of Darkness that you're going to be discarding. I played 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Thunder Dragon Fusion previously was like a 2 of, and now it's like a 3 of. But some people, even in the original builds, were not even playing this card, but at like 1, which was kind of weird to me because this card is so good. You get to fusion summon a Thunder Dragon monster from your extra deck by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among cards on your field or in your graveyard or face up banished cards. So after you resolve this last and you special summon something like Titan, or you special summon something like another copy of Thunder Dragon Colossus, this card can be really pivotal to you winning. And it's easily searchable. Like, I mean, it's not searchable, but it's easily drawn into your hand, and it's really good as a hard draw. And during your main phase, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can banish it to add a Thunder monster from your deck to your hand, so it instantly searches like Battery Man Solar, so you can just get your plays rolling again. Then we play 3 copies of Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is basically here for the level 5 old school Metal Raider Karinara, or whatever it is, Kaminara attack. You special summon this, and it counts as a fusion monster on your side of the field, so it makes it easier to summon Titan, which you can also, if you wanted to, you could feasibly put in Thousand Eyes, but I don't play Thousand Eyes. You just basically want to use this to summon your Titan. It's a stepping stone to get Titan on the field. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Paleozoic Dinomuscus, or whatever it is. This card basically outs Mystic Mine. That's the reason I play it in my build. I've seen a lot of people play this card at like 2, at 1, but I like it at 3 in this deck because it does out Mystic Mine, and it's kind of like Karma Cut. You get to target a face-up card on the field, discard a card from your hand, and if you do, you get to banish it, which is cool. And plus, if you have something, like if they do activate something like Mystic Mine, this is your big out to Mystic Mine. And so I love playing it at 3 in this deck. It's such a good card to play, and it's just such an awesome, just set it and then activate this, and then your opponent's like, well, there goes my Mystic Mine. And then when a trap card is activated, you can special summon it from the graveyard in defense position, which is pretty cool. So they do stack. So if I have 2 of them and I set one, and then I have another one set, and I flip the first one and then, trigger it, and it's in the graveyard, and I flip the second one, I can special summon the first one back, just as like a material for Link and stuff like that. But it comes back as a normal monster with 1200 attack if you guys have never played Paleo before. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing, obviously, 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Colossus. Colossus is the best card in the entire deck. You get to special summon it. It takes a Thunder Dragon and a Thunder Monster, but you don't have to do it that way. If a Thunder Monster's effect is activated while in your hand, you can tribute a Thunder Monster that's a non-fusion monster to special summon this card directly from your extra deck, which is just awesome. Basically, have a boss monster just sitting there waiting to special summon itself out. It kind of reminds me of Dark Law a little bit, but without using the spell. And then it also has kind of a Dark Law effect that if this card would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish a Thunder Monster from your graveyard instead. So it protects itself, but it makes it also, the way that it's kind of like Dark Laws, is cards cannot be added from your from the main deck to your opponent's hand except by drawing them. So it's really, really good. It's like a walking mistake. Like, it is walking mistake if you guys have ever read Mistake. Then I play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Titan. You could potentially cut this down to 2 if you wanted to play it at 2 and get away with it very easily. But I think 3 is the optimal number. It's really easy to summon in this deck and really, really awesome. It's a 3200 meter that's just really easy to protect. You can banish a Thunder Fusion monster and a Thunder monster to special summon this card when a Thunder monster's effect is activated in your hand or after the same turn, which is pretty cool. And then when a Thunder Monster's effect is activated in the hand, even during the damage check, you can destroy a card on the field. And if it would be destroyed, you can banish 2 Thunder Monsters in your graveyard instead, which can activate their effects and just trigger them farther in. Which is just really, really, really good. Then this one plays... Oh, and you can also banish the Thunder Monster from your hand and a Fusion Monster you control. So you can just get rid of one that's in the hand, but it doesn't have the same requirements as Thunder Dragon. You can do this one at any time to special summon this one. Thunder Dragon Colossus has to have the effect activated from the hand to be able to special summon it. This one doesn't, which is cool. But usually you're going to summon this with Thunder Dragon Fusion anyways. Carbonari Attack or whatever it is. This one's just basically here to special summon off of Instant Fusion to be able to link or to send it to the graveyard to make Titan easier. 1 copy of Boral Sword. Boral Sword is OP in this deck because it's easy to summon and OTK. The Blackluster Soldier Link monster because it's really, really good. I play a Cerberus and a Phoenix. You could change out the Cerberus if you wanted to. I know you don't want to change out the Phoenix. The Phoenix is too good in the deck, but you could probably change out the Cerberus for a Nightmare Unicorn if you wanted to change it out and play whatever ratio you want depending on what you're playing against. I play 2 copies of Summon Summoner. Say that 3 times fast. Once during your opponent's turn, you can discard a card, then target a Thunder Monster in your graveyard, except another Link Monster, and special summon it to a zone it points to. So basically, it revives your Thunder Dragon Colossus. So your opponent's going to want to get rid of this first, and you're going to want to put Thunder Dragon Colossus on the field as quickly as possible so you can bring it back. And then I play a Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh is really good in the deck with Thunder Dragon Matrix. And then 1 copy of number 38, Hope Harboring Dragon Titanic Galaxy. This one's a weird one, I know, but you can summon it really easily off of the 2 copies. If you have 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Colossus on the field, you can summon it extremely easily. And it's really, really good to summon. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is my version of Thunder Dragons. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. It's a super fun deck to play around with. I think that the next ban list, they're going to do something to it, and I'm really not excited for that, because I feel like Thunder Dragons are fairly fair of a deck. Yes, they're tier 1, but you can out them pretty easily, to be honest. I mean, you can, but I think at the most they should put Colossus to maybe 2. I feel like that's about it. Or maybe put one of the other Thunder Dragon monsters in the main deck to 2. Like maybe Dark to 2 or something like that. Or just be mean and put Thunder Dragon to 1. Regular Thunder Dragon to 1. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell on there soon. Become part of the notification squad. Tell me what you think of my Thunder Dragon deck. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.